What's going on, everybody? It's AKW back at it again. And today we're going to be reacting to the 2024 WNBA Draft. Now, I know some of you might be saying, well, hey, I don't really watch WNBA. I'm not that familiar with women's basketball. And neither was I, but this season was pretty cool. Last season was also a pretty good season. We had Caitlin Clark win the. Oh, no, she didn't win it. I'm sorry. We had South Carolina actually win the championship this year. Last year we had LSU, so we got some notable stars. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, so many more. So we're just gonna check a look. We're just gonna look at the top 12. That's the first round, and yeah, let's get at it. So number one, obviously, we have Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark, if you don't know her, you will know her now. She averaged 31 points a game, and me just saying that is kind of crazy. I think you average 31 in any profession, any level of basketball, you're gonna be really good. But she can also assist. She averaged 8.9 assists this season, and she was really the engine for her team. They kind of relied on her a lot. I would like to see what her usage rate was. It's probably got to be in the 30s at least. But she can shoot, she can score, she can assist. And I think she's going to the Indiana Fever. And they got Aaliyah Boston out of South Carolina. And they're already talking about how they're going to have a great connection. So it'll be fun to watch her. Will she be able to have the same success that she had in the NCAA? Not sure. WNBA is probably a lot more physical. Apparently that, it's going to be tough for her. So we're going to have to see. At number two, another household name, Cameron Brink out of Stanford. This is definitely a fan favorite. I actually had Stanford winning the women's tournament. Clearly they did not. But she came in averaging 17 and 11. She's 6'4" power forward, so she's going to get rebounds. And I was thinking earlier, if I'm going to build a WNBA team, I just want the tallest women because, the game is favored to the guys or the women at the top. Just put the ball in the basket. And she's going to have a significant height advantage over a lot of the other players. You can see that she's almost averaging 12 rebounds. And she goes to the LA Sparks, another good team, or at least a historic franchise in the WNBA. She's got the NIL with the New Balance. Now, a lot of these kids have this NIL. It's kind of really pushed the game. See Bronny with his Google phone commercial. With the third pick, Chicago Sky picked up 6'7" center out of South Carolina, Camila Cardoso, the reigning champion of this year's tournament. 6'7" is crazy at any man or woman. So she's obviously playing center. Averaged 14.4 points a game, almost 10 rebounds, almost a double-double. And she's going to Chicago. I think they just had Candace Parker over there a few years ago, or maybe a couple seasons ago, and they won the title. So it should be fun watching her. South Carolina was pretty good this year. They went undefeated, 37-0. The SEC is just better than everyone else, but you already knew that. But she's going to Chicago, and stick around later to see who her teammate's going to be. It's another household name. So at number 4, we have Rickea Jackson, a 6'2" point guard out of Tennessee. Now, I don't know how far Tennessee made it to the tournament, but just looking at her stats, 20.2 and 8.2 rebounds a game. She can obviously score. She's going to get rebounds. I would like to see those assist number a little bit higher, maybe in the 5 or 6, especially since she's a point guard. But I don't watch their team. I don't know their style. Maybe they got a different guard facilitating. But 20 points still is amazing. And she goes to LA as well, so it's going to be her and Cameron Brink. They've got their point guard, center forward connection already. So should be some nice things to come out of LA. They got the Lakers and AD out there. We'll react to that game tonight too. The Lakers better win that game. At number 5, the Dallas Wings pick up J.C. Sheldon from Ohio State. 17, 3, and 3. Some pretty solid numbers. She's a shorter guard, so we'd like to see those scoring averages where they are. That's good to see. I didn't watch much Ohio State ball this year. I mean, really only football I watched from them. But the numbers speak for themselves. She's going to Dallas, so I'm sure she'll be able to see Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving and all those guys. Dak Prescott, once again, lose to the Niners in the playoffs. But yeah, it looks like she has some pretty good numbers, and hopefully she does well this year. So at number 6, we got Aaliyah Edwards out of UConn. She's a 6'3" power forward, averaging 17.6 and 9.2 rebounds a game. Some pretty solid numbers. She's actually Canadian. I found that out today, and she's going to the Washington Mystics. Washington sports teams are not doing well. The Wizards are garbage. The Nationals have been terrible since they won the World Series, and I think they won. The Capitals did win. So hopefully she can bring some good things to that city. And yeah, she comes from UConn, a pretty dominant program. And they made it to the Final Four, but just lost to Caitlin Clark this year. So, we'll have to see what she does. We'll definitely keep watching. So at number 7, we have the Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese, averaging 18 points and 13 rebounds a game. Those are some crazy numbers. And if you definitely watch, if you watch any women's basketball, you definitely know Angel Reese. She won the national championship last year, got to the Final Four this year, lost to Iowa and Caitlin Clark, but she's going to Chicago, and she's going to be teaming up with Camila Cardosa. And I wouldn't want to be playing any of those teams if I was, any of these other teams in WNBA. I mean, you've got 2 6'3+ power forward centers wherever you want to play them. You can call them the Twin Towers, honestly. You can call them the whatever you want to call them. They're tall, and they're going to block shots. Angel actually gets a lot of blocks, too. I should have put that stat in there, but Angel, she's a champion. She was really the leader on LSU this year, and a lot of stuff in the media about her, but if you watch her game, you know she can ball out. So we're going to definitely be watching Chicago games this year. So with the 8th pick, the Minnesota Lynx went up and picked up Alyssa Peely, forward out of Utah. Now, she averaged 21 and 6 rebounds a game with 2 assists. I didn't watch much of Utah, obviously, but 21 and 6 again, regardless of whoever you are, those are good numbers. So she can obviously score. She might be Samoan. I think she's got one of those like tattoo sleeves that the Samoans have. Maybe not though, but she definitely played well this year. And yeah, all good things to come to her, hopefully. So with the 9th pick, we have Carly Liette, and the Dallas Wings got another selection in this first round. Now she's actually out of France. She's the shortest player on our list at 5'9", but she averaged 15 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. Pretty solid numbers. Now, I think at 5'9", she might be, on the shorter end of the WNBA roster. Maybe not, though. I have to check, but it doesn't look like that's going to stop her. And it's going to be interesting to see how she'll be able to manage the game. But they are apparently more physical out in Europe, at least in the men's game. That's what Luka Doncic says. So maybe she'll be, maybe she'll come here and be the next Luka Doncic. Maybe she'll come here. Let's actually, who do they draft to? Yeah, I mean, it looks like they got a plan, her and J.C. Sheldon. They're going to go with the little 1-2 guard combo, and they might be able to do some nasty things together on the court. So, we'll have to see, honestly. At number 10, we have Layla Lassan, another Frenchman or French woman. She averaged 12.7 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Again, one of the shorter guards on the list, but I guess over there in Europe, they're killing it. So the Connecticut Sun have a nice player on their hands. Out of Ole Miss, the 6-foot small forward Marquisha Davis. She's going to be teaming up with Sabrina Ionescu for the New York Liberty. And she averaged 14 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. Now, I'd like to see those rebound numbers get up, but we'll have to see. She can obviously put that ball in the basket. There's a photo of her against Flau'jae Johnson and Van Lith, LSU game. SEC's got some good players in pretty much every sport, football, basketball, baseball. It just means more than the SEC. And with the last pick of the first round of the draft, my hometown team, the Atlanta Dream, we selected Nadia Pouch, 6'1" power forward out of Australia. She averaged 18 and 8, wow, and almost 10 rebounds. So it looks like we got ourselves a star player. Atlanta sports, we got the Braves, we got Georgia, we got the Hawks, unfortunately. So hopefully the Dream will be better than the Hawks. We're definitely going to have to tune into some of her games. She's a long ways from home, but I'm sure she knows what she's going to be doing out here in Atlanta. So yeah. And Twitter was obviously hot last night. Look at this 2024 WNBA Draft class. Yeah, let me like that. What else do they got? Yeah, Caitlin Clark getting drafted. Angel Reese. Yeah, here's Angel Reese at the draft. I guess at the pregame show. So let me know what you think of the draft. Comment down below. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.